Hello, I am Mike of Nearly Enough Dice. This is the Kerbal Space Program. We have a Jool encounter. This is the Jool bound mission Discovery 1 with Timothy Kerman and Valentina Kerman. We are on our way to Jool, and in a fairly small amount of time, hopefully, we are going to be doing our circularization burn. It's not quite, well, it's not very circularization burn. I'm actually going to be bringing in my my Perry, because we're actually quite a bit out compared to where I would like to have been. But given the distances involved, I'm still quite pleased. So I'm trying to get very close to this question mark here as part of basically the quest to get to this is the final Anomaly quest, and it's going to be kind of the pinnacle of my little Kerbal career, pretty much. So we are getting closer. It's only an hour away. We've dropped down 2 warp levels. We are going to have to stage part way through this because of the 2,495 Delta V this is going to cost me. Only 881 is in my current stage. So hopefully this won't go too badly. I may have to keep track. I guess I need to manually stage. So I'm not going to be spending any time trying to get to any of the other moons. Because I'm hoping to, I think I will just have enough to get back how long is this burn going to take, actually? Wow, it's going to be a 9-minute burn. Oh my lord. So I can sit here and watch this. There's going to be about a minute of this is going to be well, actually nearly 2 minutes is going to be this first stage, and then we'll see what we can see, basically. Well, we'll get a crew report while we're here. Won't do an EVA report while we're actually under acceleration. I think that might be a mistake. But I will do Mystery Goo as well. Just going to transmit a whole bunch of stuff while I can transmit it. And I will actually be able to do, because I've got 2 Mystery Goo containers, I'll be able to do 2 of those. Once we've finished the 9-minute and 22 seconds of burn, then we will be in a position to go out and get data and things like that. Oh, that's very loud. Yeah, I did have some thoughts of going in there and checking out all the other instruments, but that's going to be too loud. I really can't be bothered doing that right now. We have an orbit. Woo! I've lost my Jool Explorer craft. I don't know where that. Oh no, I haven't lost it. It's just way out there. That's fine. So I'm entirely happy for that to just sit there, sit where it is. I can go do stuff with that if I really care, but I don't really, fundamentally. So you can see the apoapsis coming in really quite quickly at this stage. But it's one of those things, the further out the apoapsis is, the quicker it changes. And the closer in, the slower it changes. So what seems to be a really quite quick process. And you might think, well, you know, what's going to take the next 8 minutes? Is this going to be bringing the apoapsis further and further in? So let's not sit here for another 8 minutes. I'm going to come back in a little bit when we get closer to finishing off. So I will see you in a little bit. Right, we are coming in. It's about 1 minute and 3/4 to finish off this burn. So hurrah! It did successfully auto stage. Had I been thinking clearly, I would have caught that, because that would have been a neat thing to see. I just caught the tail end of it, like scooshing off into the distance. I also had this brief thing where it was going to give me an encounter with Lathe, which actually would have been slightly interesting. It was actually giving me an encounter, so I could have actually saved a little bit of Delta V, because I was coming to, I would have been hitting Lathe and then coming quite close to the mystery object. So that's almost a pity that didn't happen. There's Lathe off in the distance there, looking very interesting. It's a pity I'm not going to be able to really get a good look at it. But we're coming up now. I've forgotten how to read numbers. 1 minute, 20 seconds. Once this is all done, I'm wondering whether or not I want to just go straight to a rendezvous. You know, do I want to try and do I want to bring my well, it'll be my apoapsis at this point, or do I just want to say no, just go straight for a rendezvous? Just for amusement value, let's bring that up. Rendezvous planner. Rendezvous target, target orbits, thing by thing, current orbit thing by thing, relative inclination, time to closest approach, separation closest approach. So that's the planner, and then there's the autopilot, where you just kind of engage the autopilot. It's like, go for it! I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to circularize at my new Perry when I get a new Perry. I'll do that is what I'll do. Okay, so we're coming up for 30 odd seconds. Of burn left. Then I'll, you know, have things I'll be able to do. And we'll work stuff out from there. Now I'm going to be it's going to be an interesting question. If I get into a reasonably good, I'm not going to get into a very reasonably good orbit. I brought all my scanning equipment, and now it's completely pointless. So I don't think I'm going to have that much Delta V left actually do much more than I don't think I'm going to have enough Delta V to do get into a polar orbit, just kind of sit in a polar orbit, which is what I would want to do if I was going to do scanning. So I actually brought a whole bunch of equipment that I am not in fact going to use. I wish I'd thought of that. It just takes so much delta V. I mean, I'm going to need 3,000 odd delta V, which I no longer seem to have, actually. This is using up more delta V than I thought it would. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get these guys back. That's unfortunate. Okay. Right, let's not do that. Bring out the maneuver planner, next Perry, create node, create execute next node. Wow, that's we could be in deep trouble. Jeez Louise, you need a lot of delta V to do stuff in the Jool system. Oh well, so much for getting back. Let's hope that the Anomaly has weird warp facilities which make weird things happen. That would be awfully convenient. Eek. I may have made a terrible, terrible mistake. I'm very sorry, Kerbals. You might not be getting back. So I think I owe Valentina and Tamissa a bit of an apology. Well, we appear to be close to... I suppose we would be. In space near Jool. So might as well do some science while we're here. I wonder if orange juice here is green. And seeing as we're coming up to do a sudden burn, I don't think I'm going to do anything stupid like do an EVA report right now. Oh, that's going to be another 4-minute burn, jeez. It is an interesting thing that I suddenly realised I don't actually know off the top of my head. Essentially, so the problem I'm having is that I didn't know how much delta V I was going to be needing to use in system. And I'm of the opinion that I may have been lied to by my maneuver planner, because I said, you know, I'm going to be going here. I'm going to be going from Kerbal to Jool. I'm going to be going to an orbit, and I'm going to be coming back. And the claim was that I had given it the correct amount of delta V. Clearly, I am no longer sure that that is the case. I wonder if I'm going to have to start pushing Deary, deary me, this could be a big, horrible problem. However, we're going to be for another several minute burn, so I'm going to come back when that's done. So I'll see you in a minute to go. All I can really do is desperately hope that I've got enough Delta V left over when this minute is over. I still have enough Delta V to do a maneuver. Let's go with that. And we'll just give that a go and see how that works when we get there. I do hope this works, because otherwise it's all gone horribly wrong. So 40 seconds-ish to go. Just bringing everything in. Man, I wish I'd known how much Delta V is going to cost to actually wander about the system like this. I'm going to be, I think, ending up with about 900 Delta V, maybe slightly under. Which is a potential problem. Hopefully it's not going to cost that much to get closer to orbit, but part of it, I guess, is just how much I really should have planned this out more, as in, and done more planning, and assumed I would have to do a wacky orbit. Maybe I should have asked, what is the orbit of this thing, and said, I'm going to have to get down to that orbit, as opposed to just getting a generic orbit around Jool. Alright, 3 seconds to go. We're just easing in. Their last couple of meters a second, well, not even that, last few tenths. Right, engage autopilot. Let's see what happens, eh? 932 Delta V. Okay, looks like it's going to cost about 267 to get this one. So one can but hope that this isn't going to be awful. There it is. Then we're going to investigate, and then I'm going to see if I have any Delta V left at all to try and get back. If not, this is just going to have to be the longest rescue mission that there has ever been. I should have had more than enough. I'm fairly convinced that the game originally told me that I had more than enough to do this. But then all of a sudden I didn't. So, something went wrong somewhere in my planning. We're going to have to sort something out. Wonder if I should turn on all the various... I don't know how much electricity I can afford to spend. Turning on things like these scanners. I mean, I won't get much in the way of anything. Because I'll get a band around Jool, that's all I'll get. Because there is no way I've got enough Delta V to get into a polar orbit of any description. So all I can really do is get as much science as I can transmit it back, and then decide if I'm going to do anything at all. Oh, this is... Oh, Lord. It's taking 200 delta V just to match planes. Oh, I'm doomed. We're not going to get there at all, are we? Nerds. So this is just to match planes. That's costing wow, a third-ish of my delta V. Not feeling confident at this moment. Wow, that's really good at. That's not bad at all. MechJeb's quite good. I don't know why I was so anti-MechJeb. I think it's because I felt it was lazy. But I'm of the opinion now that I don't care if it's lazy. I'm happy to be lazy, to be perfectly honest. Oh, how many orbits are we doing to do this? Oh, we're going to be going around for 3 hours, apparently. Can't do an EVA report because we're time warped. What's my orbital period is 2 hours. Okay, so this is definitely the next one. We're going to do it this time. 202 delta phi. I think we're going to just about make it. Because we'll, if we're doing about 200 delta V to get down there, it's going to be about 200 delta V to get it at the other end, I think. Going to be cutting it very close. Okay, we're very close now. There's going to be a 20-odd second burn. 27.6 according to engineer, which is not necessarily using the exact same calculations as MechJeb. Can't believe I have stranded more of my Kerbals. I'm going to have to look at my planning item to see exactly what would have been needed. Should I have added more steps in? Have I just been very wasteful by the way I've been doing things? I'd certainly hope it isn't MechJeb's fault. I'd kind of feel bad if it was. Delta V is still getting depressingly low, but I think I do have enough to get to that final destination. It only says to get within 20 kilometers, actually. So I'm in fact going to leave it here. So I think I'm going to have to leave you in suspense and see whether or not we actually make... Oh, there's another... Oh, we're doing another one. On this, of course, planning to match velocities at closest approach. Alright, oh well. Let's leave it there. And I'll say thanks so much for watching. Do hit like and subscribe to if you've been enjoying these videos. Do feel free to... find new life dice on newlifedice.com. Until next time, reach for the stars.